Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to a little yoga mat practice. Probably if you've practiced yoga before, you know that it is transformative. It can transform us in little ways, just like by releasing stress and maybe altering our mood for the better. And then it can also transform in deeper, bigger ways if we delve a little deeper into the practice. So find your way to your mat and find a comfortable seat. You might want to sit up on a blanket or a block. And just go ahead and close your eyes. Come into your breath. Nice deep breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time like that. As you breathe in, sit up a little bit taller. And as you breathe out, release the muscles. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, take your arms up overhead, and then breathe out. Stay there, rooting down through your seat, pulling the navel in and the lower ribs in. Breathe in, lengthen up through the fingertips while keeping the shoulders down. And then breathe out, take the right hand down, left arm up and over, stretching out the side body. Breathe in, lift up, and breathe out, take it the other way. Breathe in, lift up, both arms up, scissor, left arm forward, right arm back, twist. Breathe in to untwist, taking arms up, and breathe out, twist the other way. Connecting the movements with the breath. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, arms out to the side, around, and down to the floor beside you. Let your fingertips touch. Close your eyes if they've come open. Feel the fingertips pressing into the ground, assisting you to sit up really tall. When we come into the awareness of our breath, it immediately transforms our focus, bringing us into the present moment, into the body. And I would love for you now to go into your mind and just notice where you are today, physically, mentally, emotionally, maybe even spiritually. And decide if there is some way that you'd like to transform. It could be just some little way, like I need to release this tension in my shoulders. Or it could be in some deeper way. But set an intention for the practice. Transformations in nature happen all the time. Through cooking, obviously, we transform one thing into another. As you inhale, take the arms right back up. Let the palms touch overhead. And breathe out, bring the hands down to the ground behind you, fingertips touch. Breathe in, lift the chin, lift the chest. And breathe out, stay here, but pull your belly in. So you're really creating some energy there in the core. And lifting up through the heart. The back of the neck is long, the front of the neck is very long. So we need energy to make transformations. When two atoms join together to make a molecule, it happens because of energy. So we're going to build up some energy by moving our bodies with our breath, okay? Inhale, let your arms rise back up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring the hands toward the body, sit back up, reach arms up. Exhale, take arms down to the ground behind you. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, fold the body forward, walking the hands forward. We're going to do one more time like this. So inhale, bring the hands back toward the body, reach them up. Exhale, out, around, and down, fingertips touch. Lifting chest and chin, inhale, and exhale, walk the hands forward. Come right on over into hands and knees, finding tabletop position. I'm going to put a little padding under my knees. You might do that too. Make yourself comfortable. Support your body in any way that's good. Inhale, look up, arch the back. Exhale, look down, round the back. Close your eyes if they've come open. Inhale, arching, lifting, and exhale, rounding, chin to chest. Tailbone under. One more time. And this time, just press your hips back to your heels for child's pose. Knees can stay close together or separate a little bit. You can bring your forehead all the way down to the mat, or if that's not so comfortable, make a little pillow with your hands, or use a block or a book or something under your forehead. And I invite you to experiment with reaching your hands back toward your feet with the palms facing up. This is another variation of child's pose, and sometimes it's called seed pose. So we take this form, you can imagine a little seed. The coating of it is hard, and but in that seed lies the DNA to create something completely different, right? Something as big as a tree, an oak tree, or maybe a flower, or some plant that we eat that can nourish us. So that DNA is in the seed. So I invite you to come back to your intention and let that be like the DNA. Let it go deep into every one of your cells, so that as you move the body into different forms and you move throughout your day, you have that intention there with you, going everywhere you go. It can never leave you, just like the DNA of that seed can never leave whatever the seed creates. All right, so we're going to grow a little bit. As you inhale, begin to lift the front of the body. Let the tops of your hands slide forward and all the way up. Reach up and even spread the arms a little bit. Maybe reach back. So imagine here that you are a beautiful sunflower or a big tree. And we're going to reverse this. So as you exhale, come down. Let your hands slide back toward your feet, palms up, resting in child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Do it again. Breathe in, let the hands slide forward, rise up, and then breathe out. Open the arms, lay it back. All right, inhale, rise up, and exhale, fold, going back into that little seed shape. Last time, inhale, rise up, all the way up. Exhale, stay there. And then inhale, rise up, and exhale, place your hands down on the ground. Inhale, we'll take the right leg out behind you and bend the knee, lifting that foot up toward the ceiling. Okay, you can look up here so the back arches a bit. As you exhale, round the back, bringing that knee toward your nose. Okay, and then just put that knee on the ground. We're going to try the other side. So inhale, lift the foot up toward the ceiling, look up, arching the back. Exhale, knee toward the nose. Really pull it up in there. So you're doing some core work. And then place it down. That's option one. We're going to do it a bunch of times. Option two, lift the knees and hips, finding downward dog. So in this option, we'll raise the right leg as you inhale, and exhale, bring the knee to the nose, shifting forward to plank. Inhale, stretch it out, and exhale, place it down. Try the other side, unless you feel like it's not right for you. So that left leg is reaching up. As you exhale, shift forward, knee to nose, rounding the back. Inhale, reach it up, and exhale, place it down. So you're either in downward dog or hands and knees, and you're going to continue on here. So inhale, you're reaching that right leg up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to the nose. Really squeeze it in. One more time. Right leg and knee to the nose. Okay, put that leg down. Other side. Inhale, left leg up, arching the back. Exhale, knee to the nose. Shifting forward. Inhale, really extending back, and exhale, knee to nose. Really pull it in. Last time. Knee toward the nose, hold it there, and then inhale, place that leg down. Good, inhale, take your right leg outside your right hand, and bring your right hand to your knee. Okay, then we'll push down through the left hand, look up over your right shoulder. Okay, you're gonna let your hips sink down. Right knee's going right out over the right foot, right knee's going right out over the right foot, not really out over the toes. So move your foot so that it can be right under your knee. Pushing up on that, pushing down on the right knee so you can look up over right shoulder. Stay here, just letting it sink down, or optional, bend your back knee, reach back for it, the foot, and draw that foot in toward your glutes as you look up toward the ceiling. So we got a spinal twist here and a big quadricep stretch and a hip stretch happening in that right hip as you continue to sink the hips down. All right, so we're going to release that and bring that right knee back. Left side, left knee comes up, right over the foot. Settle into that. Move your foot so that it can be right under your knee. And then sink your hips down. Left hand to your knee, looking up over the shoulder. Okay, you can stay right there, or bend that back knee, reach for the foot, and draw it in toward your body. Continue to keep hips squared toward the mat, sinking hips forward, looking up, twisting the spine, and getting that big quadricep stretch. You might be holding just here with the knee down. One more breath in and out. And then bring that hand down and step the front knee back. Lift up the knees and hips, finding downward dog. And inhale, lift your heels up high. Exhale, release your heels down. Inhale, heels up. And exhale, heels down. This time, inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend knees. Keep heels lifted. Inhale, walk or jump your feet forward. Exhale, fold over the legs. Soften the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, bring the hands down over the heart. And then step back with one leg and turn to face the side of your mat. Toes turn out. And then just bring hands to your hips. Or, just bring hands to your hips. Okay, so we're going to bend into the knees so they're right over the ankle. And bring your arms up like in a big Y shape. And then bend those elbows, bringing them even with your shoulders. Press the elbows back, press the knees back. So your knees are right over your feet, getting a nice stretch of the hips and the inner thighs. All right, inhale, expand. And exhale, bend knees, bend elbows. Inhale, expand. Exhale, bend knees, bend elbows. Inhale, come up on your tippy toes. And exhale, stay there. Sink your hips a little deeper. See if you can stay on tippy toes. Inhale, expand. It's a little more challenging. Exhale, bend the knees. Good. Inhale there. And then exhale, release the feet down. Bring your hands down to the ground. So your knees are bent deeply. Turn your heel or your toes forward. And so your hips are kind of out behind you here. And you can bring your hands right under your face. And then straighten the legs as much as you can to get a nice stretch there of the legs. Wide legs, standing forward, bend. Trust yourself to know where to go with this. Don't do anything that hurts, but take it deeper. You could walk your hands back. You could bring your head to the floor. There's all sorts of variations. Just kind of play with it for a minute. And think of a release of the head, the shoulders, the upper body. A release, a letting go. So you can think of water. If you're in Cincinnati right now, we've had a lot of water lately. But water can be liquid. It's it's a very fluid form, right? It can be ice, which is hard, like that seed, right? So we need heat, we need sun, we need energy to melt that ice into water. More energy creates a steam, which is even more free. So bend your knees, bring hands to hips, and then come all the way up to standing. All right, we're gonna heel toe the feet together, coming to mountain pose. So all of that was kind of opening our hips. A lot of energy can be stored in our hips. It can get kind of stuck in our hips. And when our hips are more fluid or more flexible, then we can be more like that water. So like in a stream, that water goes around the rocks and around the obstacles instead of ice, which if you put chunks of ice in there, they would bam against the rocks and crack and break, right? So we're gonna do a little balancing here. Cross your left leg over your right. Bend the knees. Hands on your hips. Keep your hips kind of even so your pelvis isn't tipping forward or backward. It's neutral. You can keep your toes on the ground or lift them, maybe wrap them around behind the leg. Okay? With the arms, we're gonna take those wide. This is eagle pose. Bring your right arm on top, left arm on bottom. See if you can cross your elbows and then hook your thumbs or maybe even your palms. If your elbows don't cross, you can just bring the backs of the arms together. Okay, we'll sink the hips down, lift the arms up, draw your shoulders down, navel drawing in, and then squeeze everything into the center. This is the opposite movement than we were just doing with that goddess pose, with the legs wide and pressing the knees open. So here we're doing a little something different with the hips. Really squeeze it all in. Last exhale, shoulders down, elbows up, belly in. Inhale, open it all up into a tipping X shape. See if you can balance there for a moment. You're like that same star pose, but in a tipping over. Hold it, good. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, release. And then we'll bring other side, right knee over left. Exhale, sinking down, finding your balance there. Inhale, arms come wide. This time we'll bring the left arm on top, right arm underneath. Wrap what you can wrap. And then we'll settle in here. Sink the hips, lift the elbows, draw the navel and the low ribs in, shoulders down. So maybe we've created just a little bit of heat with this practice. That's that energy that can transform you. Come back to your intention as we hold this eagle pose here. Remember that whether you're in the shape of a triangle or an eagle or a seed or a tree, that DNA is with you, that intention is with you, transforming you as you move through different forms and different times in your life and different situations. Okay, we're gonna inhale, open everything up, tip it over a little bit to the side, making that X shape the other way. Really expand out through all your limbs. Breathe in and breathe out. Release down. Step up to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, interlace your hands, bring them behind your head. Inhale, root down through the feet as you lift up through the heart. Keep the core engaged. Exhale, lean back a little bit. Elbows back, shoulders down. Inhale, lifting through the chest. Exhale, lean back just a little bit more. Keep the belly drawing in. Inhale, lift all the way up. And then exhale, bring chin to chest, elbows forward, pulling the head down, stretching the back of the neck. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to round down. So forehead comes toward the belly. Inhale here. Exhale, round some more. Forehead toward thighs. Inhale. Exhale, rounding a little bit more. Forehead toward knees. Knees are bent. Release your hands down and walk your feet back all the way to downward dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Spread those fingers wide. Breathe in. Come back to your intention. Breathe out. Bring your feet a little closer to your hands and a little bit wider, maybe out toward the sides of the mat. And then reach back with your right hand, maybe to grab your left calf, or maybe the ankle, and look up under your left arm. So different variation of a spinal twist. Twists are great for seeing things from a different point of view, transforming our opinion about something, transforming the approach that we might take as we approach something. Okay, we'll release that. Right hand to the ground. Left hand reaches for right leg. Calf, ankle. Looking up under the right arm. Pressing the floor away with your right hand. And really pulling a little bit on that leg to create the spinal twist. Exhale. Inhale, bring that hand back forward. And exhale, lower the knees down. Take the feet around to one side. And sit yourself down. I'm going to come all the way down onto the back. Press the low back down and lift your feet up toward the ceiling. Hold behind your thighs for a minute and draw them in toward your body. Legs stay straight. You can flex your feet, toes reaching toward your face. Very gently, just drawing those legs closer. Your back is relaxed, shoulders and head relaxed. It's fully a hamstring stretch here. Good, and then release, bend the knees, right leg up, left foot to the floor. And then bring your right ankle over your left knee. And reach behind your left thigh, drawing that in toward your body for a nice hip stretch. Once more, stretching out those hips. You can rock it side to side a little bit. If this is not enough for you, feel free to use a little momentum, rock yourself up. And we'll take right knee to the right side of your mat, right toes to the left side of your mat, and bring your left leg around behind you, coming into pigeon pose. Hips stay squared toward the mat. You can keep your arms extended or lower down. Perfectly fine to stay on your back. We just got about 2 more breaths here. Coming back to the intention, bringing that intention into this form. That intention of transformation, whatever type of transformation you need today. And then we'll release that pose, come out of it. And if you're in pigeon pose, you can take a couple movements to transition to the other side. If you're on your back, we'll take that left leg up and then bend the knee, left ankle over right knee, reach behind that right thigh and draw it in. Breathing, 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 each breath filled with that intention. And then we'll release this pose and take a full body stretch. Arms toward the wall behind you, feet toward the wall in front of you. Big stretch, squeeze the legs together. Extend your body as long as it can be. Breathe in there. And then as you breathe out, bend the knees, hug them in. Rock back and forth a little bit, massaging out the back, and maybe circle the knees. One direction, other direction. And then just release the feet toward the corners of the mat. Turn your palms up. A little bit away from the body, so there's some space there between the legs and between the arms and the body. If you want, you can open up a little bit more, making that star shape, that big X with your arms and your legs. But whatever you do, find a way to be really comfortable so that you can be completely still. Just for a few moments. The transformation of yoga comes from that energy that we create and moves energy around in our bodies. It helps us release things that might be holding us back. And it's in the moments of stillness that are part of the yoga practice where we can really connect in with that true self, that inner teacher. Connect in with that inner teacher, that higher self, which is ultimately the goal of yoga. And when we can make that connection, we can discern more easily what transformation it is that we actually need, what would benefit us. I invite you to stay here in relaxation pose for as long as you like. I'm going to sing one Om because Om represents that universal vibration, that steadiness, and that vibration that is within all of us and within all beings everywhere. You can join me or just listen. Nice deep breath in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope to see you in person sometime, and I hope you enjoyed your time on the mat.